Come and grab a buddy, let's sit for a chat. Stories and flavors just like that. From the grill to the mic.
Started.
Okay.
Damn. So, right, really what I think we'll do is we'll start with this amazing dish.
Yes.
And we'll start with you telling me what it is.
Cool. So that's my interpretation of Bacon Butty, which doesn't look like one again.
No?
So we've got a crispy cylinder, which we've been waiting, so it's not too crispy, but it's supposed to be. So there's a French toast on the bottom, because self-explanatory. Then we've got tomato and bacon jam. So I just re-smoked your bacon. Is your bacon was smoked or not? It was?
Yep.
So I smoked it a little bit more.
Yep.
So I could put it in this little bacon jam / like relish kind of thing. Then we've got a yuzu hollandaise, and then we finish with some crispy bacon and a bit of coriander.
Fantastic. I mean, it looks amazing, and you're right, it doesn't look anything like a bacon butty, but...
If you get the element of it, you get the bread, like outside and on the bottom, you've got the bacon, you've got the butter on top, yeah, a bit of everything. So
should we tuck in and see what it's like?
Just destroy it.
Destroy it. That seems a shame to destroy it.
I mean, creation, like destruction is a form of creation. Is it? I didn't try it.
Was this the first time you've tried it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's you know, when you work in a restaurant and you try, like, before a dish goes on the menu, we try it like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times sometimes.
Yeah.
It's actually quite like refreshing to do something
that you
just
haven't.
like
Right, yeah.
Like not freestyle, but just like instinctively.
I mean, that's fantastic.
Well,
And
like bacon.
I mean, we're going to go into it in more detail, but as you say, French toast at the bottom. You could say that's obvious, but why don't you tell us why it's obvious? I'm sure some people might notice from your accent, but why don't we start with you just saying, what parts of this do you think might reflect yourself?
So the shape of it, because like I'm obsessed with like ring and
Really?
like circles and cylinders and stuff.
Oh, okay, well, you know, that's got to be the first question. Then.
So,
Why are you obsessed
I don't know.
with
I have no
cylinders?
idea where it come from.
Right.
I seriously have no idea where it come from. I mean, having the perfect circle is just so satisfying and so pure and beautiful. Then I think I'm obsessed with it because with my food, I love when things are layered and you grab everything in one go. And I think like this presentation, like a cylinder, it's just force the customer to have everything at the same time.
Right,
So
yeah.
you can put something creamy, you can put something solid, it can be crispy, it can be everything. But as soon as you break in there, like you have to take all the layers like automatically
Right.
without like just getting something on the left and something on the right. And
Do you think that's an important part of what you do as a chef, is making sure that people are tasting your whole creation,
Yeah,
not
completely.
just, So if you make something like a sauce or something on the side, they may or may not eat it.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
And some dishes, if you just like remove one component,
Yeah.
it just lost the whole like point or balance or, you know, like.
It kind of reminds me of this whole, the continuing story of as soon as somebody gets a plate of food, they put salt on it before they taste it.
Yeah, that's
That
very
must
dumb.
drive
Yeah,
you mad. I mean,
completely.
it drives me mad, and I'm not a chef.
Completely.
But
But you know, like I'm like people doing this, they don't even think about it.
yeah,
They don't do it like, oh, I'm gonna salt it before. They just do it because they've been doing like this like
Yeah.
forever, so they
They
don't even
have-
think about it.
no idea what the food's going to be like, and they're putting something on it already.
And then they're like, oh, it's a bit too salty, and you're like, duh.
Yeah. So obviously there's going to be a photo of this on our website so people can see what it is, but I will just try to describe what I've just eaten most of, which is kind of a round circle with a kind of white. Now I'm going to have to say it's kind of a foam. So
Yeah, it's kind of like an aerated hollandaise.
Right.
There's a little bit of a citrus, like yuzu juice,
okay, right.
like the Japanese citrus. It's just to refresh everything.
And the bread at the bottom was
That's Sama, it's our homemade sourdough. So
Right.
the sourdough we serve at the restaurant.
And-
And just like dried a little bit and
so you make your own bread as well. So pretty much this is very much. Would you say this is very much you?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's me, it's Jano. It's my passion of taking something simple and remaking it very not simple.
Yeah. Making it as complicated as possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, it comes from like, I think nowadays the public, the people who comes at the restaurants, like they've got much more knowledge and they've been much more exposed to what's happening in gastronomic world, than you always have to do more and more and more to keep them like excited and surprised and like engaged.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, like, I mean, when I was young and I was going to a restaurant, like I would heard about this restaurant because maybe my parents would talk about it, or maybe I would have read an article on the newspaper or something. But now you heard about a restaurant which is like, I don't know, 30,000 kilometers from you. You just Instagram it, you Google it, you da-da-da.
Yep.
And it takes you 5 minutes and you literally know everything you need to know about this restaurant.
Yes.
And people are like, you want a recipe? Well, back in my days, I would go to the library and you would research, and you know, it would take some time. And now you just Google it, 5 seconds. You've got like a gazillion recipes.
Yeah.
So you can try things better. So many people make their bread at the moment. So many people are good home cook.
Yeah.
So what it takes to impress people 10 years ago is not relevant anymore now.
No.
So for a chef, it makes it more difficult but more exciting as well, and it's just like kind of like as well push you to always like push yourself, if it makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you always like, you know, like need to like get this new product and like, oh, I never heard about this, or like this new technique, or like the way you would cook something, or like is it a combination of flavor, or is it like always like have something to surprise people in any like any level, pretty much.
This is a surprise, obviously.
Yeah, it's like
so you've achieved already.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Bacon butty is generally the very boring version of a bacon butty.
But it's delicious.
Whatever it is, you know, a couple of pieces of bread and a piece of bacon inside. That's quite an English kind of food. Would that have had any significance to you growing up, or is there something that you think could be similar to that? It could be...
I think every culture has got something bready and something like bacony. So like in France, you've got the jambon beurre, which is like, you know, baguette, butter and ham. That's the OG, you know.
Right.
And it's the French equivalent. Like Germany, they've got the black bread and they've got all this like range of charcuteries and this kind of thing. Like we all like culture got like this bread thingy plus this like cured like meat thingies or vegetables or fish, or you know, so like yes, it is universal in a way, kind of thing. So
well, then that's a good segue. Let's take you back to where it all began and your cultural background. So tell us about where you were born.
Born in the Alps, back in France, so very much on the border with Switzerland and Italy. And went to school. I mean, like my father passed away when I was quite young, so like I've been spending quite a lot of time with like both my grandparents. So I've got Jano, so tribute to the restaurant.
Right.
So Manette Jano, which was my my father, like my biological father parents. So they had a huge garden. So been spending quite a bit of time in the garden. So it was kind of the supermarket as well. Just go in the garden and like what's ripe, what's ready to go.
Jano was your
grandfather.
Yeah. I do remember that.
We changed the spelling because it's easier to pronounce.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And on the other hand, my other grandmother. It's just like everything was about food and like good stuff, and like I've been super lucky to grow in a very like foodies like families.
Right.
Everybody loves to cook, and you know. Like,
is that normal in France?
Well, I think so. I'm not I do things, and like it seems to be kind of like winding down, like this like food culture and the long dinners and like all these like rich and kind of like cuisine bourgeoise kind of thing. I would think that it's kind of like maybe not as popular as it was like 20 or 30 years ago. It's not a bad thing, it's just different. But do
you have family that comes over here?
My mom came over a couple of times. My sis as well came as well.
So what do they think about where you are today? I mean, not just New Zealand, but with this business.
They're happy. Like my sis is she's pretty flex. So like as far as I'm happy. But I think my mom was a bit more concerned because it's quite hard, I think, for parents to like the relationship we've got is on the phone or like just like
Yeah.
through screen,
Yeah.
which for us it's not normal. For like young people now it's normal, but not for us.
No.
And I think until the first time she came, she was like obviously like trying to like picture how my life, like what is my life, and she felt much better like after seeing the place, seeing the town, seeing the city, seeing the people and everything. Just because like now she actually like she meet the people, like when I say like, hey, I caught up with Lala with blah blah blah, like it's like, oh yeah, like she knows, she's seen, she remembers. So and yeah, she knows I'm good here. So
I mean, obviously culture in France and culture here is very different.
Yeah,
and do you think that was what helped her when she came over to see how you were happy and settled and the business was what the business is? Do you think she was worried that there was a cultural difference, or
probably maybe like untold. Like,
Yeah.
she hasn't been too much into like details and
yeah,
and she probably still get her worries, but like she's pretty quiet about it.
I'm sure
I
they
would
all
say
do.
so. But no, she came with like an open mind, and like she's seen, she's happy, she discovered there's some stuff she thought like that's how it would be.
What's that?
And some of the stuff like so yeah.
Sorry about that. Don't know what that was. That's weird. Maybe it's. Yeah, that'll get rid of that. Right, sorry. So if we just, let's have a drink. Let's have a break.
I should have served you first.
Cool.
Go. You want some? You good some? Cool.
If we continue to talk about background and culture in a little bit, do you think that you got into food because of your family and because of that philosophy?
Yeah, completely.
And was anybody in there actually making money out of food, or is
Nope.
it just something they like doing?
No, that was just like hobby, like Sunday
right.
cooking and like home cook.
Yeah.
Home cook and like my grandmother on my mom's side, she's like the queen of like leftovers. So
Right.
she will just like do anything out of anything leftovers. And she would buy a chicken and they will do like 5 meal, like completely. And my other grandmother, she was a bit more like traditional, like onion soup and like the tripes. Fucking love tripes.
Tripe.
Pork tripes and like veal tripes, so good. And more like this kind of like more like Moorish, like comfy food kind of thing.
Yep.
And then my auntie as well was like more into like proper cuisine bourgeoise, like truffle and foie gras and stuff. And my mom, she's a great cook. Like she would make from like a super pesto, like a pesto soup, like soup, to like a chili con carne, or like even she used to make curry or like a quiche. So she's kind of like an all-rounder kind of thing.
Yeah.
So and she's always keen to try new stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like all those like people I've been exposed to, like when I was young, I heard, like I've got a picture of. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know if I've got a picture, but the stories are like I used to have this broken pot and broken wooden spoon, and instead of building stuff with Lego, I would put it in the pot and stir.
Right.
So I was like maybe 3 or 4 or something. So yeah, like I think I got it. I got the virus when I was very young.
Okay.
So
you go from that, but how do you actually become a professional chef?
So there's been, I think, as far as I remember, I always wanted to be working in like as a chef or something. There's been maybe a couple of years, and like for some reason I wanted to work as a park ranger or something like this.
Right.
I don't remember the whole story why. But yeah, I just.
But you did that for a bit?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
You just wanted to.
It's just like, hey.
Right, okay.
Probably watch like a series or something.
Yeah.
Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't know.
I thought all kids wanted to be zoologists or vets or something
Like
until they realised how...
astronauts or something.
Yeah.
It's just like, just want to carve chicken.
So you wanted to be a park ranger?
Yeah, just for like a very short time.
Yeah.
And so what really really decided me, because I've always been in the back of my mind. So when I was 14 at school, you always like it's compulsory to, or at least back in my days, was compulsory to have like a 3 days kind of like work experience. So you would choose like any kind of job you want. Like you would spend 3 days there. Then you would have to like write like 10 pages on like what you done and like what you learn, and like just pretty much like narrate like everything you've been through.
Yeah.
And at the time, so my parents' neighbors, which we had a really great relationship, with so her twin sister were married to Pierre-Alain, which is a big like restaurant families, and so his father opened a restaurant now it's probably like 50 years ago or 60 years ago. Earned a Michelin star. Then Pierre took over and kept the Michelin star, and even now like his son took over and kept the Michelin star, so it's been in the family for a while. And I just asked this our neighbors, saying like, do you think they would like consider having me 3 days, like just to have a look? Because I've never been in a professional kitchen, but I always thought about like working in this industry. So like, and say like, oh sure, like I mean just go and ask them and da da da. So I went there and they're like, yeah, sure, that's no problem and stuff. So here we go. I was like, and I remember Marie-Christine, so like the owner at the time, say like, well, yes, but one condition. You're gonna come on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's where you're gonna see like what the industry is, like the rush, like the busyness, the stress, the everything. So yeah, there you go. I'm 14 and like I'm just like walking like Michelin-starred restaurants,
right?
And I think after an hour I was sold already. It was so cool, like the buzzing, like all the equipment, like all those people working together and stuff. That was just awesome.
I mean, that's an incredible start, 14, and it was your decision. You
decided
that
was my choice.
You put all of that pressure into them to get that job.
From that moment, like I was dead set on, like I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And the only thing is, with those 3 days went like super fast, and so obviously like I was under 16, so I couldn't work for money.
Yeah.
But after my training period, they say like, well, if you want to come back, but during like school holidays and something, just the same thing, work experience and stuff. Obviously, we won't pay you and stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm happy to do this. So I went back for a week. Actually, less because I was sick, so I think it was just 4 days or something.
Yeah.
But same again, like at the time, you would have given me the choice of like staying there or going back to school. I would be like.
I think we all probably would.
Yeah,
so you carry on with school, and at the same time
normal school, yes. And then I finished the cycle, and straight after I went to hospitality school.
Right.
Like 4 years, like straight after.
Right. And where was that?
So Chalaiso, which is like right next to like my hometown, like maybe like at the time it was quite like maybe an hour, like 45 minutes.
What do you learn at hospitality school?
So you learn pretty much like mathematics, English, like French, like all those like normal kind of like subject, but also you've got like some cooking course, some cooking course theory, like cooking theory course.
Yeah.
There was like introduction to like waiting as well, like a waitress, being a waiter. Sorry, a little bit of wine, a little bit of like admin stuff as well, like informatic and like running costs and those kind of thing. So yeah, that was super cool. The first year you do kitchen and front of house, and the second year you choose which one you want to specialize in. And so I did the 2 first year, and then you can do an extra 2 first year to have like another like diploma. So I did like 4 years all up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but
during that time, did you find anything that you were particularly pushed towards?
I think I started with like more toward like pastry for some reason,
right?
Like more sweets and stuff. Even when I was cooking at home, tend to be more like sweets and cakes and stuff. But I think as soon as I learned a bit more like techniques and like produce and stuff, like I was definitely more drawn into like the savory part, like proper cooking. And you do like training period, like 2 months in restaurants, and like so you're exposed to lots of like new stuff.
So you come out of hospitality school, what's next?
So during my time doing those 4 years like at school, like during the summer and like school break, I was working in a place like in Le Doubs, so like quite far from like my parents' place and stuff. And eventually, so the head chef, which I've been told, I worked there 3 or 4 summer. And my last summer, the head chef said, cool, so I'm gonna open my own place. So next year, like I won't be like here, but I'll be in my own place. Would you be keen after when you finish your diplomas and stuff, do you want to come work with me? I'm like, sweet, bro. So I just like end up going there, and I worked for like a year and a half. So a new restaurant. It was like in the middle of the forest. It was super cool. And
so, any of these people, would you consider them as mentors, or
all of them?
All of them.
All the people like I work under. They like from even if it's you work for you've got an event and you work 2 hours with them or something. everybody's got something to teach you, or something you don't know, or something will make you think differently.
What about now? Do you have any mentors now, or are you still teaching yourself? Or
well, a bit of everything. I mean, like you have to again. Thanks for like access to information and stuff. Like you can learn a lot about like stuff you think you know all of, but like there's like something you read or make you change your mind, or again make you evolve or something like this. So it's a bit of everything. It's like it's really important to look at what other people are doing, just not for like copying, but like sometimes just like inspiration, and just to like kind of like situate yourself as well. So it's got and to push as well, because like if you start to think like all those restaurants around you say like holy shit, they're here, but it's been 5 years I'm here, like you need to sometimes just like watching what other people do.
Do you get the time to eat out yourself?
Not as much as I want. And
so where does your inspiration come from nowadays?
Oh, it's just like same like Instagram. Like I've got my mom sent me all those like cooking reviews, which is actually quite interesting because it's actually linked to the week I worked at this restaurant after my school. Since they couldn't pay me for this week, they offer me a subscription to like a professional magazine, like cooking magazine. Yeah. And I've been subscribing ever since. So like at 2016, I stopped not long ago because it's very different now. They changed ownership and stuff, so it's not as good as it used to. Right. But I've got I was like for 250 magazine of those, 10 per year, 25 years, give or take.
So, so is cooking your hobby as well as your job?
Yeah, it is in a way. Like cooking professionally in a restaurant for paying customers, very different than cooking at home. Yeah. Like cooking at home is, you cook for your partner, for your friends or something like this, is like much more relaxed. It's much more like freestyle and happy and, no pressure.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
Cooking at home?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, right.
But I will not do the food I'm doing at Jano.
No.
I will not try it at home.
Right, okay.
Because I don't have the equipment, because I don't have, the plates or, the little thingies, or I can't make my own sorbet at home.
I guess I've always kind of assumed that a chef, when he gets home, he doesn't want to cook.
No. I mean, I'm sure, I don't want to cook all the time, bro.
No, right.
It's just, every time. But, simple stuff doesn't take long and makes other people happy as well, so, Sometimes if you don't really want to, and sometimes my partner is like, oh, you had a big week and stuff, let me cook.
Right. Thanks. And so, now we're in New Zealand. So somehow we got from France to New Zealand. Yeah. How did that happen? Plane,
mainly.
Fast one or slow one?
No, stop. So my best friend in France, so Armel, and the last job I had in France, so I was a chef in Tignes, very busy restaurant, during the season and stuff. And
where was that?
In Tignes, so in the Alps.
Right. Okay.
And so my bro at the time said is there any chance to have a job for the season? And I was like, well, actually I'm looking for a kitchen hand. You keen? He's like, yeah, I'm keen. So just come and work with me, and we said what we should do. I think one drunken night or something is let's go to fucking Australia. Just as a kind of a day, or I don't know, just drunk in tanks or something like this. But end up that we were both keen, so we just save some money and off to Australia. So we arrived in Sydney, went to Cairns. Eventually, he went for a road trip, and I went to Melbourne. I love Melbourne. Loved find a good job and stuff. So I ended up staying in Melbourne much longer than expected. Right. So I was there for over a couple of years.
Working?
Yeah, working. Yeah. And then at the time, just eventually I felt I needed a bit of a change. Just for reasons if I tell you, you're gonna have to cut it. Right. So there's no point to mention it whatsoever. And just with another good friend, she was like I'm super keen to go to New Zealand for a year. So that'd be a good idea. So off we go. Right. And so we arrived in Wellington and found a really good job at the time. And
where was that?
Just so it was Le Canard.
Oh yeah.
In Thorndon, it's closed now, obviously, but really good. The boss, Pascal and Ophélie, were really nice. the other boss Dan as well. Like that was a very like family family business almost. Like super nice people. Like good food, like classic good food. That was refreshing. That was kind of always going to like fine dining and like working under like shit ton of pressure and getting yelled at and shit. So this one was very like mellow and like nice, like respect, and that was nice. That was different. I don't know how to explain it.
Right.
So then get a sponsorship, work visas, which was much easier to get back in the days. And spent 4.5 years there, and then we had the opportunity to open this place, so we jumped in, and here we are. Yeah.
So you've worked in France, you've worked in Australia, you've worked in New Zealand. Anywhere else?
Yep.
Okay. How do you compare those three? Are they all? What do you think about the New Zealand food?
New Zealand food is great. Like it's got a lot. So if you know what you look, product are amazing.
Yeah.
Bro, like from the sea, like the lamb is like. Meat is great, fish is great, like product, herbs, wine's delicious. Like if you know where to look, you go anywhere, you'll find some great stuff.
Yeah.
And New Zealand is the same.
So and you found more inspiration in New Zealand?
I think I would find inspiration everywhere. It's just about understanding your surrounding and like, it's just matching. Okay, what can we get in this country? What are people expectation as well? Like for example, like we eat horse in France. If I start to like look for, like if horse were available and I start serving horse, people would be like, what the fuck? I mean, snails already is like, yeah. So yeah, it's just like I think it's mixing what you can find plus your style and like what's your philosophy and what people expect as well, and that should be on the plate.
The horse thing's quite funny because you're right. I mean, even mentioning tripe earlier on. Yeah, in particular, places like England and New Zealand, people do tend to shy away from anything that's out of the norm. Like we, for instance, sell alpaca, and people. I still to this day get messages from people saying, "Well, that's a pet. Why are you eating that?" But it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's the best thing for a horse, as far as I can say.
It's a bit sad. I mean, you look as well like all the like what's treated as pest.
Yeah.
Like all the game, like like venison and tar and like wild everything, and why the fuck would you try to poison it? It's so good and it's so here.
Yeah.
Like just use it,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And try it. But yeah, it's getting over that mental aspect of whether or not it's a pet or not.
It's okay if you don't mind if I
No, it's fine. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that brings us quite neatly to Bistro Jano.
Yeah.
So how did this come about? I mean, how did you go? So you were at Le Canard for 4 years, and then
4.5 years.
Then somewhere after that, or straight to here.
Straight to here. So basically, there's been an opportunity to take this over because it's been a change of ownership.
Yeah.
And so we've been offered like to take over the lease pretty much. And at the time I was like 4.5 at Le Canard, so I started at like chef de partie / sous chef, and like the last 2 years I was head chef, and it was kind of like like 4.5 years is a long time, so in need of something new and new challenge and feeling comfortable in town, because that was a great spot to start in a new country and a new city, but eventually like after 4.5 years like kind of like in need of a new challenge. Always been a dream to open a restaurant eventually, maybe not that soon when we open,
right.
But this opportunity showed up, so just thinking a little bit and say like, yeah, okay, cool, we can give it a go. Yeah.
And you've been here for 10 years now?
Jano Bistro 10 years, yeah. New Zealand, 15 years in February.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And so, sing your own praises for a bit. How have the reviews or how have your customers responded to Bistro Jano?
Well, curious, because at the beginning, like we were coming out of like it's not like we had a big name or anything. I think at the time when we opened, that was the year when I won the Chef of the Capital, so 2014. But it wasn't mediatized or anything, so I did it because the price was an oven, and I say like, well, if I can win and I can have a free oven, and I ended up winning, which was great. And the oven is still in the kitchen.
You've still got the oven.
So that was a good investment. So like, I think this place has been around for years, and there's been so many restaurants like Germany from Martin Bosley, White House before there were Oriental Parade started here. There's been Citron as well from Rex Morgan. So there's been lots of like big names, and like so many people remember this place as like their engagement, where they get engaged, where they celebrate their anniversaries or this kind of thing. So I think they've been happy and something finally happened, because it's been closed for a while. Then there's been a restaurant here for a year called Bistro and Willis, I think it was. But I'm pretty sure like at the time the owner was the NZTA or something, transport agency or something.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
So they were doing a monthly lease, so quite scary. So yeah, it's been... It didn't get the attention it deserved for a little bit of time. So I think people were like... I assume they were happy and something was happening. We had a lot... When we were doing the refurbishing and breaking down everything and redoing everything, we had a lot of like people trying to like come and say, oh, what's happening and what are you doing and da da da. So that was fun to see like the locals to like get some interest or curiosity at least.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. And hats. I think we have to talk about hats because you've done so well. So when was the first hat?
So we opened in 2014. I think we had the first hat in 2015, and we were runner-up best new restaurants. Yes. And we had 15, 16, then we didn't have any in 17, then in 18 we had to close for quite a while because we were refurbishing the place. Like we used to have a big chimney over there, but we had to break it down for like earthquake strengthening.
Yeah.
And then we were open too late for the 19, so we didn't have it. We didn't have it in 20, then after it was COVID. And we had one hat in the 23-24, and we had two hats this year, 24-25.
Wow.
Yes.
So what does it mean to you?
Hats?
Yeah. Or any kind of recognition.
So it's like they want to do like I think it's a great thing like to have something like the Michelin star when like a guide give like awards and like situate restaurant saying that's great, that's even better, that's fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I think this is good if it's done well. Is it good for you mentally? Like does it make you feel good or? Well, I mean, yeah, you know, like I'm not gonna spit on the fact that like you've been recognized, like and you've got one hat, you one of the best 120 restaurants. You've got two hats, you one of the best of 30 restaurants. Yeah. You get three hats. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 in the country or something. Right. So it's like it feeds your ego. Yeah. It feeds your ego. Yeah. And if you don't like hold on a second, step back a little bit, that can really like go up to your head saying, we're the fucking best. Yeah. Which is the bad side of the world. Of course. Yeah. So. Does it pull people in? I don't think so, because unfortunately I don't think the public is aware of like these ratings and hats and stuff like this. Like it's not like the Michelin star when it's like it's worldwide. You get a Michelin star from a day to another. Your turnover is like 30% up. Like you have to hire staff and shit because I really like put you like above like it's you enter the elite kind of thing, and 2 even more, and 3 you're the top of the crop, you know. Yeah. I don't know how to do it, or I don't know if people care, but like I don't think it's mediatized enough. Yeah. And especially this year, like the past few years, you always get like a little article somewhere, or you know, like a stuff article or something like this. But like even this year, like fucking nobody talks about it. No article, no nothing. Like when a restaurant closed, like in a matter of 24 hours. Yeah, there were 3 hat restaurants and they still closed. Yeah. Yeah. So this, yes, you get a lot of attention. If you close your restaurant, you're gonna have a lot of articles. Yeah. But if you do good, like nobody really cares. No. I mean, it's the same in any industry.
any awards, they're just kind of whatever.
It's good for your ego. It's good for your team. It's good for like say, hey, cool. Like I take it as like, okay, it seems like what we're doing is decent. So let's keep going that way.
Yeah.
So it make me feel a bit more comfortable to push a bit more on like some, I don't know if it's like some style of food that I wasn't like necessarily like saying like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like it just makes you feel a bit more confident about what you're doing. And
unless you know you're going in the right direction.
Yes, that kind of thing.
And of course that changes in every country. So to have an award from a country specific, it's at least knowing that those particular Kiwis enjoy your food.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know how many judges visited us, so I guess like probably one or two. I'd say two. I would say one time, maybe 2 times, maybe 2 different people. So let's call it a maximum of 4 people try my food and say it's good, and see the place, the service, and like see the team. Because since we're talking to people like chefs talk about the food, they literally meet all the team. They like the wines, they like the service, like the ambience and everything, enough to put us there and give us 2 hats.
Yeah.
But my concern mainly is to satisfy the 60 customers I've got every week.
Yeah.
Not those 4 individuals.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I have to choose about satisfying 60 covers every week or 4 once a year, I'm not gonna of course I'm gonna choose like the people.
It's an obvious choice. Yeah. Do you know who those judges are?
No, I don't think so. I've got an idea, but I can't guarantee like 100%
right.
those. And,
so do you spend? This I'm actually quite interested.
And it's good.
Do you spend your whole life thinking, oh my god, is that a judge?
No. Fuck
right.
no. And we would like.
But what about the staff on the floor? Surely they come running in and go, I think.
Well, it's not like this. It's not like the judge is like. You need to treat every single customer as they were judge.
Yes.
Which is not what we do. Is like we treat the judge as they were customer, and we treat everybody the same.
Yeah, right.
Like everybody.
Okay.
So there's no like special treatment.
So there's no added pressure.
No. We know like roughly when they're gonna. It's always in the back of your mind. I'm not gonna lie, but not in a way it's gonna put pressure and stuff. Like we try to do always what we do. So judge or not judge, like. It would be too easy if I know who they are. Yeah. Just put out like golden cutleries and shit, and everybody else is eating with like wooden spoon. No, that's not how it works. Like everybody is just like feed the same and like treat the same, and we treat them like we want people to be excited and happy when they come, and we want them to like leave even happier and just saying like, hey, that was worth it. You know? Like, we're expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I think since Yakai closed. I'm pretty sure we're the most expensive restaurant in town. Right. But I want people to come and say, of course it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but like I won't say like fuck, that was worth it, and that's money well spent, and that's something I'll remember like most of my life. And I'm gonna talk to people and like, oh my god, like maybe in 5 years, like it's like, oh, do you remember this dish we had at Jano with this and this? That's our goal. That's what we want. Like you kind of like setting memories in a way. I know it's getting a bit too far, but that's what it is.
So you've been a chef for how many years?
So I was 14 when I started school, hospitality school, and just turned 41, so 27 years.
Wow. And you've been here for 10 years?
Jano Bistro 10 years, yeah.
And you're still enjoying it?
Yeah.
I can tell you are, and I think that's really great.
It's not easy every day, but...
No. And I don't think any business is easy every day, but the food industry in particular.
Yeah. So, like that's the point of opening a restaurant, I think. Last year we had, even this year actually, try to. It's really hard as if you chef and owner, like. It's really hard to focus on both like aspect of the business. So like I had like a really good like French chef who was with us like most of the year, and he left in September. But like during those time, it just really allowed me to like kind of like step out of the kitchen and being able to focus on like some other stuff. Yeah. Which is great. And now he's gone, so I'm back like full time in the kitchen, which is like I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. It's just like less time to like look around the stuff, like see the business as a whole picture. Yeah. So yeah, it's been. It worked out that way as well, because like again, this year has been really up and down. Like, as some weeks are really busy, some weeks are not. So you never know. Like,
Let's quickly touch upon that then. So, in the last 10 years, how's business been? What's Wellington like for food industry nowadays?
I think Wellington is very, very competitive. There's so many places. So already, if you can last 5 years, that's already well done. So I do think that like us being there for 10 years is a pretty good achievement. But again, like every year can be the last. You know what I mean? So and again, like 24 has been really, really challenging. Last year we felt it, but not as much as this year.
Right.
This year was pretty bad, and I mean you've seen like in town like all those like big names like closing and it's so fucking sad. Like any restaurant closing, from like your takeaway joints, like when you grab your stuff, or like to like a very like when Hiakai closed, I was super sad because like they wanted to try like something very different, very Kiwi, very like never made before kind of thing. When Field and Green closed, I was really sad as well because they've got their own style and those like owned and operated places, like people put like fucking 300% in there, like blood and tears and sweat and everything. Yeah, that's their baby kind of thing. So when any restaurant closes, it's really heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So,
it is heartbreaking. Yeah. There's been a lot of it recently.
There's been so many, and you never know when it's gonna stop. Is it gonna stop?
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's really sad. It could be anybody as well.
So, what's next?
Well,
you said that you're off to France for a holiday for Christmas.
Yes, after 7 years.
After 7 years.
It's gonna be really awesome.
Yeah, it will be awesome. Do you think it'll be changed?
You mean France or me? Because me, yes, I'm gonna be very fat when I come back. Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's the thing as well. When you probably know as well. But you always when you live overseas and you come back to your home country, you expect things to be the same than when you left. Yeah. And they never bloody as. So no. It's always different.
Yeah, it's terrible for me because I mean I go back to England maybe every 2 years or so, but I've been away from England for like 25 years. Yeah. And for some reason, and I know this is stupid, it's like England stopped 25 years ago. Yep. So now I compare New Zealand in 2024 to England in 2000. And in fact, everything about England, especially the food, has got considerably better. And it's not fair for me to keep doing that, except for one thing, coffee is still shit. Really bad.
Well, you just compare it with what you know and what you remember, so yeah. Fair enough.
So I'm just going to loop back to our Bacon Butty. I mean, did you come up with a name for it when you created it?
Bacon Beauty.
Okay.
Like actually, cool. I called it Beauty with my French
Bacon
accent.
Beauty, very nice. Yeah. So having had this conversation, we've been through your life in France and moving over here and all those changes. Is there anything that you think you would change about that Bacon Butty now?
After trying it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably. Like, I mean, I would do the little ring like a bit thicker, so it got a bit more texture, a bit more acidity as well, just to like cut through the richness, and maybe a bit more herbs on top to refresh as well everything.
Lovely.
I think so, but I can do this straight again, and they will probably get some other stuff to change.
Does food for you change all the time, or do you once it's on the menu, is that it?
No. We always like do little change and stuff. Like there's some dish like some dish we developed, we try, we're happy, we keep the same way, and some dish like kind of like evolve with the time. Yeah. Like it can be little garnish is different, or the way we cook it, or seasoning, or. So,
is there a dish that's been on your menu for a longer period than any other?
A dish, not really, because we try like not to. There's one dish I tend to redo every year. It's kind of a signature dish. Yeah. So it's the fedora dessert.
Right.
But apart from this, it's fedora. So we get like fedora cake, like a coconut cream, some grapes compressed in verjus, a bit of honeycomb, homemade fedora sorbet, and we drizzle some honey on top, and we serve this with sorrel leaf. So it's really good, it's really fresh, it's really light, and I've been, when did I create this? I don't remember, maybe 2018?
Right.
Yeah, something like this.
And so, but it goes off and on the menu, but
This
every
one is
year
just on the menu for like 2 months, like
Yeah, right,
when the fedora come out, and when there's no more fedora, we just like stop it. I haven't been redoing it like every year, but we kind of like tweak and make it evolve in the past like maybe 2-3 years. It's been on the menu because I really like it. It's no offense, and like I redo a dish.
Yeah.
But this one I'm like really pleased with it. So
Yeah.
and people love it as well. So. But after like lamb is like on the menu like since it's been a year now. So like I've got a great supplier as well of lamb, just like next door as well. So
yeah.
the Conscious Valley Farm, like no promo.
No, that's fine. And so what's as a final point, what is next for Pierre? What is next for Bistro Jano, or maybe just Pierre? I don't know.
Like,
what do you want to do?
At the moment, honestly, can go like anyways.
Right.
It can really go anyways. So depending of like how business goes, like keep going or close. There's always like on the table. Like always like there's always like maybe opening something else. Maybe moving out of the country, or I don't know.
Right.
I'm really open-minded. Like there's nothing set, and like it's more about opportunities and see how we go as well. So I don't really have like a 5-10 years game plan and stuff. Even if I should, but I don't.
They always say you should, but it never goes to plan. So that's the
Come grab
point.
a buddy, let's sit for a chat. Stories and flavors just like that. From the grill to the mic, we're keeping it real. Bacon and